Hey, how's it going? So this is my fourth grade class here. These are my Lewis boys right here. Go ahead and wave, guys, to them. So I finally have a class this time and somewhat of a classroom. What we're going to be studying today is planets. We're doing a space science type lesson here. And what I named it was name those planets. But what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to be able to, by the end of this, associate, which is a big old word just meaning to put together the pieces. So if I'm talking about Mars, we're going to have something to help you to remember what Mars is like. Okay, so first thing we're going to have to do, though, is hop aboard the SS DeFazio, is what we're going to have to do. So we're sitting down. Yep, we're sitting down and we're about to blast off. 3, 2, 1, and we blast it off. Now, we're up in space. What do you think it's like up in space as soon as we get out into the atmosphere?
Maybe kind of bluish with some space junk.
Bluish with some space junk. I like that answer. Yes, sir?
You can't eat because when you try to open the juice box, the juice floats
Yeah, okay. I like that. You know why? Because the gravity leaves, right? So we're kind of just all like floating around. So you guys can get up out of your seat, float around. We're floating around. All right. We've arrived at the first planet. We're going to, the sun is going to be the center of our universe, right? So we're going from the sun and moving out. The first one we see here is Mercury. It is the closest planet to the sun, and it moves very fast. So, for this, yes, sir?
How does Mercury move so fast? Why?
Because the gravitational pull of the sun is so immense that it pulls it. So that's like if you were to hold on to your little brother's arm, and because you're strong, you just swing them around. Have you guys ever done that?
Oh yes, I've done that too.
Yeah. So that's kind of what it's like. Yes, sir.
Why does Mercury look like it has stars on it?
Oh, great question. I love that question. Did you guys hear that question?
Yep.
Look, check this out. It is so hot. It is literally so hot that the floor of the planet
Lava?
is pretty much, it's crystallized. It's like, it takes all the minerals that are on Mercury and it melts it. So it's like a lava of minerals. Yeah.
Don't touch the floor.
How do you think we can remember how to put the star planet them in order?
Okay, well, there's a couple ways. I have actually a song that actually helps us out there. There's that. Does anybody know another way? What's that?
My very educated mother serves us nachos.
My very educated mother serves us nachos. Now, we're not going to write this out just yet, okay? Because I want us to look at some other planets first. So, my very educated, what was it? Mothers? Yeah?
Just serve us nachos.
Just served us nachos. And we're going to go over those in a minute. Thank you very much. That was very good. All right, so, but how I want you to remember what Mercury is, not just in its order, but what Mercury is, I want us to stand up real quick. Check this out. Jump like that, to the left. Oh, to the left. One more time. Bam! Because it is the closest to the sun. Okay, you guys can take a seat. The next one we arrive to is Venus. Hot, 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 hot. Now, check this out. The clouds are made of pure sulfuric acid. Do you guys know what that means? Yeah.
How does the acid get
It
there?
smells and it burns.
It smells and it burns. I like that. And how does it get there? So that's a really good question. What scientists have been looking at as far as now, especially with Venus, is that it comes from Venus's core, and the gases or react to the heat of it being so close to Mercury. And it causes something of a storm, and it becomes like a sulfuric acid. So that is, if we were to dive into Venus, like if we were to skydive right now off of the SS DeFazio, and we were about to enter the atmosphere of Venus,
I know what would happen.
what would happen?
Our spacesuits will burn up.
Spacesuits will burn up? What
And
do
we
you
die.
We
think?
won't get there anyway.
We won't get there anyway. Why is
Because no
that?
gravity.
Because no gravity. So we would just be floating.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think? What do you guys think if you were to hit like a jetpack? If we had a super cool suit with a jetpack that could propel us into the atmosphere?
I think we might crash to a really small rock and then just fly out the other
Yeah,
way.
it could. It could. What do you think?
You can't use a jetpack in space because there's no oxygen.
There's no oxygen. Okay,
And
so that might not work.
propel.
Yes, sir.
Why is Venus so white?
Why is Venus so white? I think that has to do with the gases. The gases kind of give it that color, and it's the gases reflecting off of the sun's light.
And even if we had the jetpack, there'd be nothing to propel off.
That is very true. That is very true. Next up, that looks familiar. Oh, real quick. For Venus, stand up real quick. This is how I want you guys. Yeah. What? So now we know. Okay, so now we're at Earth. That's our home sweet home. Only planet to allow life on its surface. So for Earth, I want us to think about this. Just hug yourself because you love people. You love everybody. You love yourself. That's what houses us. Mars. Next up is Mars. Now we're looking at Mars. Deep caverns, big volcanoes. What else can we know about Mars? Yes, sir.
Why in the world is it red?
Why is it red? That's actually, I'll get back to that one real quick. Let's see if he can. Yes, sir. Caleb.
How does it have volcanoes? And
So-
how does it get there?
So there have been many scientists that have concluded that Mars at one time seemed to be able to house, it was kind of like Earth in a way. Now that's what they say. They say that underneath the surface of Mars, there used to be oceans, right? Now, the formation of volcanoes can be anywhere in a terrestrial planet like Mars is. Mars is a terrestrial planet, which means it's it has the same setup kind of like Earth does. It has the crust and the core. And anywhere where you get that molten core, it has kind of like exhaust pipes to blow out all that heat and get all that stuff out. Yes, sir.
And how does it have big caverns if nobody lives there?
If nobody lives there, actually, I want you guys to try to answer. What could have caused caverns or craters or anything like that? Yes, sir.
Maybe meteors got too close to Mars
And just
got
bam! That sounds like it could happen. Yes, sir.
And then they melted because it was too hot.
Yeah, that could have been it. That sounds like it works.
And that made the rocky surface.
That makes the rocky surface.
Or water.
Or water. And just like I said before, it looks like it could have housed some kind of water. Yes, sir.
How did the water get all the way over there?
To be honest with you, in order for us to have water and stuff like that, it would have had to have been there millions of years ago. So what this technically is, as far as scientists are concerned today, this is like a barren wasteland now. Now, how it got there in the beginning, I like to think that God created all these planets, and it's hard for us to understand. A lot of people think it's the Big Bang, but Mr. DeFazio personally believes that God is an artist, and God created each one of these planets with a specific purpose for us. Yes, sir.
How come I don't see any pictures painted by Jesus?
Any pictures painted by Jesus? Hey, who knows? Hey, stand up real quick. This is going to help us remember Mars.
Wait. I know.
This is Mars. We're going to go up and down because the big mountains and volcanoes.
And one more thing.
Yes.
Why does it have so much rust.
Rust? That's actually not rust. That's actually just apparently there's some kind of, it's like when you're without any type of water or moisture, it kind of makes kind of like that barren sand gritty. I'll get back to you on that though, because that is very interesting about how it really does have that rust color, doesn't it? Jupiter. Now Jupiter, that's a big boy.
It's a gas giant.
It's a gas giant. That's a big old dude there, made up of all kinds of gases. Largest planet of our solar system. I want you guys to pay attention right here. What do you think this little circle is?
A belly button.
Yes, sir.
A
belly button.
A storm that's been raging for thousands of years.
A storm.
Called the red dot.
Did you guys hear that? It's a storm for thousands of years. Do you guys know that storm, that circle right there, can engulf the Earth? It's 3 times the size of Earth, I think. 3 or 5 times the size of Earth.
Oh Lord.
I think it's 1,000 Earths.
Yeah, it's like 1,000. It's like a lot of Earths inside that one little circle. All right, stand up real quick. This is what we're going to do for Jupiter.
No.
You're fat. Yeah.
No. Brother Ryan, I think I am.
Yeah, you're just big and filled with gas. All right, Saturn. This planet creeps Mr. Brian out. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a creepy planet. Yes, sir.
Why does it have rings?
Why? It is an asteroid. It's an asteroid belt. Actually, it's an asteroid belt that is the way the gravitational pull of the planet of Saturn is. It's like a magnet, and it keeps them there, and they rotate. Yes, sir.
Is that little nut right there us?
It could be. I think it is, because we can actually sometimes see it. But now, let me tell you about Saturn. Saturn is a really creepy planet. The reason why it creeps me out is because and next week I'm gonna let you guys listen to the recordings of the sounds that come off of these planets. This sound that comes off of Saturn has actually been inspired in horror movies. If you guys ever heard that on Halloween, yeah, that's what comes off of Saturn. It actually sounds, that's a little fun fact trivia for the day, because of that magnetic pull it has on the asteroid belt, it makes like a whistling. Yeah, it's like, yeah. It's a creepy planet. Uranus.
What in the world?
I love, and everybody say this planet's name right. Say Uranus. Uranus. That's how you say it. It spins sideways.
Like a tumble?
It spins sideways. And notice how its little asteroid belt here goes opposite of Saturn. Yes, sir.
How can we remember Jupiter?
Oh, well,
No, Saturn.
Saturn is this. Stand up. Thank you for reminding me, Ben. This is how you do
I'm
it.
not bad. Ow.
Oh, Caleb. This is how you do it. Okay, so Uranus. It spins on its side. Yes,
How
sir.
do we land on it with rocket ships?
How would you land on it? It would be very difficult because of how fast it's. Because not only does it spin on its side, it's extremely fast. So it would be a lot of turbulence.
So if we manage to land on it, we'd be thrown right back off.
Pretty much. I mean, the gravitational pull on it is
Bye,
ridiculous.
Felicia.
All right, so stand up real quick. For Uranus, this is what I want you guys to know. I want you guys to sit here like this, and I want you to spin on your side. Alrighty. Last one for now. We're at Neptune. It is so far away from the sun, which means what?
It's cold.
It is cold. Not just cold. I mean, it is
Below zero.
cold. Yes, sir.
It's because it's cold. Is that why it's blue?
Some people say it is, but most people say it's because it's cold. What it does is it gives off the whole
Methane gas?
there's methane gas involved, but there's like ice, and it's like snowstorms. It's like eternal like oceans of ice.
It has rings, but
Yeah.
it's not able to
Yeah.
be seen.
They actually, why do you think they named this Neptune?
Because it looks like the water. Because Neptune is the god of the water.
Exactly. Good job, brother. That's exactly why. All right, Stan. Yes, sir.
Also, there looks like a storm that looks just like Jupiter.
It does. It does. There is a storm on here. I'll have to get back to you about the what I was reading up on it. Is really cool though. Is just imagine instead of a gas blizzard, it would be like a blizzard. You know, like
No.
ice crystals
No.
and stuff.
Ice crystals sticking into you.
All right, stand up real quick. This is what we're gonna do for Neptune. All right.
No, stand perfectly still.
Ah, you're frozen. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do now.
Okay.
This is what we're gonna do now. I'm gonna finish out one of these. Okay? So we know this is
Mars.
Mercury,
Venus,
Venus,
Earth,
Earth, Mars,
Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune.
Neptune. Now, remember, it's not Uranus, it's Uranus. Good job, good job. All right, so what's going to happen now is I'm going to tell you guys, I'm going to start to write one of these out, and you guys are, without talking, you guys are going to give a